Tarnatowski for the £2 super chat. He knows how much I like money. Thank you very much. I will find somewhere to put that money invested in some of these tools that I have here. So is anybody else in the chat, or will we proceed? No one else in the chat. Okay. So I was going to start off tonight by fixing 2 grinders, hopefully. But until a few more people get on, there's not many there already. Until a few more people get on the stream, I'm going to start with this here. These 2 items. These are 2 new items I recently procured. This first one, this is top end in my opinion. I love this. This is a Milwaukee butt set. It's got 3 tiers of stuff. It's got 3 lengths of butts. 90, let's see, I'll look in the back and tell you. 90, 50 and 25. It's got all the Torx, with the Posies and the Phillips. The only downside for me, it hasn't got the little hole in the centre. There's Martin, good to see you in the stream, Martin. Hasn't got a little hole in the centre for the security butts, but I still will get it for opening batteries and whatnot, but I still will get a lot of use out of those. I like those now. You pick them up for about 20 quid. There's a lot of butts on there for the money. And I'm going to use these tonight. I'm moving swiftly on. How many more in the chat? Oh, there's a few on there, that's good. At the lower end of the spectrum, Parkside cordless glue gun. I picked this up on Lidl the other day. I've been watching this one for a while because it's been available for $17.99. But I picked it up for $15.99. This battery wasn't worth it, just in case you're wondering. I had this battery. It comes just in the box with 3 glue sticks. I was using it today. 3 glue sticks and the little Parkside leaflet, which I will read sometime, maybe, when I'm really bored. This has got 3-year guarantee, this thing. For $15.99, it was on sale, I couldn't resist it. And it's fairly good, because I used it today. See if I can show you what I used it for. Used it for fixing my backup tripod, which cracked there. I used it today, and it's still going. That's good. Yep, it's held. So that's good. And all there is to it, you have a little button on the top, and it comes on red when it's heating up. And when it's fully heated, it goes green. I would say about 15 grams of glue out here in a minute. Heats up in about 60 seconds. And it's got a 20-volt battery. It's down to 2 bars because I've been using it quite a bit. I thought it had been worse because I was using it. I made a video of this actually. And I glued a old Milwaukee casing with it. So I'm well impressed with that. I thought something like an element like that would be harder in the battery. So how many have we got on the stream now? We're 5 on now. I'll move on from this Parkside thing and I will start the grinders, I think. That's the first item on the agenda. I've quite a lot on the agenda tonight because it could be a while to get around to doing another live stream because I'm building a new, or getting a new workspace built, and it's going to take up a lot of my time, but fear not, there'll be plenty of my videos have been scheduled to go out. I have more videos than ever I had coming out. So this grinder is one that was in the last stream and I hadn't the parts to fix it. But to spice it up a little bit, I might do a 10-minute repair in this, try and repair this in 10 minutes. I know what it needs because I fixed so many of them, and I had it stripped actually the other night in the live stream. It needs this thing called an end bell. That's the actual brush holder, the brushes of course, and the little caps. So what I'm going to do is I'm getting, like I say, my channel's going to get advanced very soon because I've got a new workspace, hopefully before the end of, well, before the end of, maybe before the end of the month, before 2 weeks. And I should have electricity and all on it and have it looking good by the end of the summer. And I should be doing streams from that. Is there many in the stream now? Anybody want to comment? So I'm going to do a 10-minute repair in this. Before I start, I'm going to show you that it's definitely not going. Or it might be going. No. 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 Definitely not going. And there's nothing wrong with that battery, as you can see. So it's definitely not going. And we're going to do the 10-minute fix. Is everybody ready? Everybody in the chat, right? You see the stopwatch there? I'm going to make sure I have my tools ready. I'm not going to make it extra hard for myself. Let's go. I hear you, Martin. Right, it's not turned up enough. Them screws are tight. Whatever dickhead put them on. I am that dickhead. In a brush grinder, you usually can't do this. Pulling this part out first before you take the rest off. So I'm not going to do that. I took the head off just. We'll set that down there. I won't need that for a while. And I'm going to pop off the caps to show you what is wrong. Can you not see the stopwatch? Can you see it now? Usually when you open these brush grinders and they're like this, you can't screw the caps off. That one came off, but that brush is welded in there tight. So it's going nowhere. I'm going to take this other side off. From memory, I don't think this one was able to come off. So when you do fix it, I got that off too. But usually, if you can't get them off handy, that's a very, very bad sign that brushes is not going to do it. See, I've been prying at that. No. Still can't see the stopwatch. Where do I need to set the stopwatch? There's me getting all high tech. Anyway, so much for the high techness of me. I can tell you it's 2 minutes 5 seconds away, you know. I have 8 minutes to fix this. So less talk, more action. But if you have anything to say in the chat, go ahead, I'll try and answer you. I'll try and talk to you. This is only part of what's going to be a long, long evening. If you stay with me, if you're interested in watching that is. So here we go. See, when you usually can't do that in a brush grinder. If you were stripping a brush grinder normally, you wouldn't pull that straight out because you break the brushes off. But I don't think there's any brushes left in this, so it doesn't really matter. And a brushless, it doesn't matter, you can just pull that off. And there's 3 minutes away, those that still can't. I need an hourglass. That's more my level of technology, to be honest. But though I don't appear in camera very much, I got a body like an hourglass. So there. Anyway. So the motor out. There's the fill coil. Fill coil's fairly clean. Cleaned that the last time I was out. And there's the end bell. We're going to replace the end bell first. Not to confuse with a bell end, that's a different thing. That's what Makita call an end bell. That is a brush holder, what I would call it. You know? So, is there many more watching, many more in the chat? I have a few there anyway. Don't be shy. Tell me where you're from. Sign in. I welcome people from all over the world. I'd like to see a few more from my own country because my own country is very underrepresented in this carry-on. See, this is half my time's away. That's funny. I'm giving myself 10 minutes. I might have needed more, but we'll find out. I'm just putting the wires back onto the switch here. You can see that. Good man. Kamil Kornatowski representing Southern Poland. Martin Kelly representing the Upper East Side of Big Man. You know, the hood. We was raised in the hood. Still got 5 minutes nearly, so that's fantastic. So that's the end bell fitted. There should be a wee rubber thing. Yep, slide in the door. There's a wee rubber thing that sits over the bottom of the bearing there. And the bearing, I'm glad to say, is not too bad. Oh, Kieran Loftus, thanks for coming on, Kieran. Kieran, I'm doing a 10-minute time trial here. And I'm 6 minutes on. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. We'll see. Better put this in first. If I didn't put this in, there'd be more room, but this is a requirement. This is the fill coil. If you don't put the fill coil in, there is no fill. Maybe I should have given myself 15 minutes. But anyway, if I don't do it in 10, I'll just do it longer. Oh well, whatever. Thought it would lay down better than that, but it doesn't. No lock needed. Well, 3 minutes, Kieran. 3 minutes, Kieran. I can do a lot in 3 minutes. If you don't believe me, you ask Mrs. Lefthandthread. Right. Anyway. Yeah. Put the side on if I can find it. For 2 minutes and a half or something, according to the old technology they have brought to the stream tonight. Right. Two minutes. 2 minutes. I can do a lot in 2 minutes. I'm not going to use the same joke twice. So I do recycle jokes. Ask Kamil Kornatowski if you don't believe me. I recycle old parts for drills and grinders and jokes as well. This is going to work now. I have a minute and a half. But if I don't get done in a minute and a half, I'll get done sometime. There we are. Now, and none of the screws went missing. It might be my night, lads. It might be, maybe I should have done the lottery. Anyway, I've got just over a minute. Get in there, you son of a. I'm using my new Milwaukee bat, and so far they haven't disappointed. But I need the head now. I've normally grease on there. I've only about 30 seconds, but maybe I will grease on there just to do the proper job. So look, a grease on there. Here we are. I've only 29 seconds left. According to the old iPad. There's no place to hide in these live streams, lads. 15 seconds. 6 seconds. That's a feel, that's a 10 minutes up. That's a feel, lads. It's now 6 seconds past 10. Yeah. Ten minutes, 21 seconds. Sorry about that, lads. Wonder if it'll go now. It won't go because I have the brushes in. Can we make this a 20-minute time challenge? I'll do it in 15 anyway. I should have given myself 15. But it's no fun if you don't challenge yourself, is it? I suppose it doesn't matter if I take all night now. I have failed. That's the thing about these brushed motors, they need brushes. Being a doctor of the advanced sciences, I know these things. We're 11.5 minutes now, so we're not well over the time. This one's for the blipper reel. It is for the blipper reel. Let me get the screwdriver, a proper one. Whew. I should just give myself 15 minutes. I could have had a cup of tea and everything. We'll try it now, won't we? That's 12 minutes. There you are. Can you see that? 12 minutes 21 now, so. Didn't quite do it, lads. Sorry about that. That's the time trial's over for the night, but anyway, it's not the fix is over for the night. I thought I could have done that in 10 now. Now I know. I need 15. Yep. We're calling that fixed. We're calling that a job. You see what was wrong with that? The brushes were jammed in, melted in due to heat. These wee grinders overheat. They're a repairman's dream because when somebody comes with one of these, you know exactly what's wrong with it. You know it's the brush holder's melted and stopped it going. So that's one down anyway. Even was a bit of a fail. But I think I'll emotionally recover from that in about 6 to 8 weeks. Because I'm resilient like that. So grinder number 2. Grinder number 2. These grinders, this Dewalt grinder is a brush grinder also. I would consider this Dewalt grinder to be the best brushed grinder on the market. If anybody out there in the chat can prove me wrong. No, 3 bars, nothing. I don't very often get these to fix, so I haven't opened this. I don't know what's wrong with it, but hopefully we'll find out together here. I'm going to just, right, I'm going to just get sorted here now. Anybody else in the chat? Anybody say anything helpful, or no next week's lottery numbers? It's already through tonight. I won't want it because I didn't do it. Let's go on an adventure. Where are we going? Is it far? Would I have to pack a lunch? Better pack them on anyway. Right. I'll get the screws out of this one too and see what's happening. No time trial this time. Yeah. So it takes me 15 minutes or 12 minutes to fix a Makita grinder. That's what we found out tonight. Had to feel one of these time trials. I was going to get down to 5 minutes to finish. I was getting a bit silly. Need a bigger one for that. Anybody else in the chat? Anybody have anything to say or anything to add or any questions? Kieran, do you recognize this? This is one of the machines you gave me. What I done is lure out and get a new set of brushes in it. And I've been using her to screw apart tools since I got her. She was a bit rusty, but she's freeing up nicely. I'll just get the head off this grinder. Like I say, this is the best brushed grinder. Brushless grinders are a whole different ball game, so we're not really talking about them. This is the best brushless grinder of what we would call the big three: the Makita, the Milwaukee, and the Dewalt. Because there's a big powerhouse of a motor in this. It's a bit sore in the batteries, but that happens. Here we are. Let's see what's going on with this one. They're still showing some brush there. If you can see the size of that motor there. Still showing some brush. This is the same motor, or very, very, very similar motor. Well, there's Impact Nation Tools. Oh, you're there, Brandon. Good to see you on the stream, Brandon. I'm in the thick of it tonight. I'm fixing grinders here. I'm just telling everyone this is what I would consider, from what I know, the best brush grinder in the market. Look at the size of that motor. There might be other things, I don't know. I seen a Metabo the other day, was pretty good. But this is the same motor, or very, very similar to having the DCS391, the small brushed circular saw. This one's pretty dirty, but I'm going to let you into a wee secret. I guessed actually what was wrong with this before I opened it. And I seen the fault there when I was looking at it. The brushes are 100%, the motor's 100%. I'm willing to bet that this motor is fine, because I've never replaced the motor in one of these in my life. This is only the third one of these I've ever had open. I've had about 15 of those Makitas open in the last year, and some of them twice. If you look down here, see the broken wire? All I have to do is a little bit of soldering and I can bring this back to life. So when we crack on with that, she is a bit dirty, but these things do not die easy. The Milwaukee brush grinder is terrible. That little Milwaukee brush grinder is terrible. When she goes bad, she can't be fixed. The only thing that makes the Makita one better than the Milwaukee is that she's fixable, because they both suffer the same fate. They both die. They both don't die well. They die easily. This has been run so hard that the wire melts off. Now think about that wire's melted off before that motor's give up. I'm not even going to test that motor. I'm so confident that this is what's wrong. Brandon, would you see that model in the US a lot? That DCG412? Because this is type 2. I think I seen the bottom, she's 2017, so she's potentially, she could be 6 years old. She's potentially 5-6 years old now. Some people don't let off the trigger till the battery dies or she melts the wire off herself. That's the way it goes. And I can tell you that I easily see them in their worst state. No wonder they call me the doctor, because, or call myself the doctor, should I say, because the doctor sees everybody's ailments, everybody's in the problem, they go to the doctor. They don't see them when they're well. I don't see tools when they're well, I see tools when they're not well. So, maybe the doctor was the right name. Although, I'm not a doctor. Yeah. But I'm a qualified animal medicines advisor. So you can call me more Dr. Doolittle than Dr. Quan Medicine Woman. This is only the third one of these I've ever had open. And when the person who brought it to me, I had a great big smile on my face, because I thought, that's just my cup of tea there, that's perfect. I know what's wrong with that. I know what's wrong, I know exactly what's wrong with that. Yeah. Dr. Dewalt. Yeah. I do too much sometimes. Do something useful. Maybe. Hopefully. Anyhow. Anybody else in the chat or anything? Glad to see you, Brandon, on the chat. Brandon, you've been so helpful to my time on YouTube in the last year. You've been a good supporter of my channel. You've been a good friend. You're like a brother from another mother. It's been great. I found something among the tool YouTube community, especially of the USA. You guys love your tools. you guys have great tool knowledge, and you just help people. You're just good. You just do the right thing. And I can't thank you enough. Ah, Martin, that's not nice. Martin's my brother from the same mother, so have to forgive him. So. Oh, I fucked up there. But I'll fix it now. I'm not a doctor of soldering, but I do it. I appreciate you being in the stream tonight, Brandon, because I know you're busy. You're very busy at your day job, you're very busy with your life. And I hope someday, in the not too distant future, we can maybe share a stream together. Maybe me and you'll be in the same stream. We can chat that way, face to face. Because I don't think I'm going to make it to Kentucky this year. I don't think you're going to make it to Tyrone. It needs to be a little bit better than this. It'll just fall off again. This soldering iron got a lot of work today. So I took apart the flex volt battery earlier on today. The video about next week, that's not bad there. The video about next week, so it'll be something for you all to tune in for, hopefully. Let's see. Can we do it this way? The wire's still attached. Yeah, that's good. Anybody else in the chat? Anybody watching? There are a few watching. That's good. Thank you very much. Again, Kamil Kornatovsky for the £2 super chat. It all adds up. As Brandon from Impact Nation Tools can tell you, we're busy fools, us YouTube creators. We don't make much out of this. We don't do it for the money, but it's nice if you get something. It makes it feel like you've earned that money or something. It feels like there's some sort of sense of justice. Even if it's only £2. It's silly. It's silly how I feel when the revenue comes through and you get £2 for a video being viewed and you think, oh, that's great. If there was anything else in life, you would say that's crap, but this old YouTube life's a funny old thing. Makes you think differently about small amounts of money. Oh, yes. Kamil Kornatovsky and Martin Kelly are asking the same question, basically in a different way. And I addressed this in my channel, must have been a couple of weeks ago now, about the new, what I would call the doctor surgery. this is probably going to be the last stream from this part of my living quarters in the house, basically. So I'm getting a shed built out the side of the house, and I was talking to the guy yesterday, and the galvanized frames, the frames are away to the galvanizer. It's going to be a galvanized frame. It's going to be galvanized frame, non-drip roof, gutters. It's going to be what you would call not a permanent building, but not bricks and mortar or anything, but it's going to be fairly well built, bespoke building. And I'm hoping the building, if not next week, it'll definitely be the week after. That's what I'm told. The doctor will have a new surgery. It'll take time to get electricity in it, and I'll need for live streams. I'll need Wi-Fi extenders, and I'll need all sorts of stuff inside it to actually do what I'm doing. But it'd be nice to have a permanent home for all the stuff you see me using tonight. All like all my tools and all my batteries and all the rest. It'd be nice to have a permanent home for that, because it's a bit like the circus here. I have to set up and then tear down. So, in answer to your question, the new surgery should be erected within the next fortnight and kitted out this summer fully for repair and YouTube purposes. I'll be able to do repairs on there without Wi-Fi or electricity for a short time. Well, I suppose with so many cordless tools available, you can do a bit without electricity, but I will need the proper setup. And I broke a Doctor Lefthandthread piggy bank in pieces, pulled out the stops to do it, but I think it has to be done. I can't go on doing things the way I'm doing. It'd be nice if YouTube paid for it. It'd be nice if the repairs paid for it. I don't know if they will, but I just think since I've been on YouTube, very, very active on YouTube this last year, I've enjoyed it immensely. I just think it's too good a part of my life to let go. Anyhow, anybody else in the chat? Anybody new on there? Oh, thanks, Kieran. And that's going to be a big challenge, fixing that big yoke you give me to fix, but I'm hoping to do some of the bigger things. I have some big things that are lying away. Yours is one of them. I'm hoping to do some of the big things once I do get the shed. Do get the shed built, do get the new surgery. It should be pretty good. This might be an easy enough fix. I'm glad I knew what was wrong with this. That little soldering iron has been one of the best things that I've ever purchased. And I'm using the battery that I built. Have you seen that battery video? That's the battery I built. That's pretty good. There are 2 batteries for it. That's the little Wheatley one I bought, the wee knockoff one. But I think the one I built's better. I think it runs the soldering iron for longer. I think the cells are better. High quality LG cells, so they seem to perform better. Some people say there's better soldering irons out there. You know, I don't know, better cordless sort of soldering irons, but you know, I just like that M12 platform, and I just like everything about that little soldering iron. It's got a flex head. There's a light on it as well. You switch it on, there's a light on it. And when it's cooling down like it is, when I switch it off and it's cooling down like it is now, it shows the red light so you don't burn your fingers. That's the theory anyway. You still burn your fingers if you're me. Oh, thanks for that, Kimmy. I found something that I was able to do. And the thing about the old channel, it's emotionally rewarding, because there's sometimes I'll get a comment. Somebody was so grateful that I helped them fix what they're fixing at. They had something that was frustrating them, they had a tool that wasn't going, or they have a battery that wasn't going, or they have something that's not, they didn't know how to do. And they watched my video, and that gave them the confidence to open it and fix it. And you can just see the joy in the comment. You can just see they're just so happy that they're able to fix it. And I know what that feels like. There's a sense of indescribable joy when you're able to fix something. Oh, better use the right screwdriver. Jesus. Whatever the bug is, I have it. I'm addicted to it, and you know, what do you do? Will I be ultra confident and not even try this before I put it together? Yeah, sure, why not? Confidence is important. I'm glad I didn't do a 10-minute time trial on this one. How long are we going now? Must be going on. Well, no, well, I would have to do maybe a 30-minute on that one. There was a tool-shaped hole in my sole. Indeed there was, sir. Indeed there was. You know it. No tool company's perfect. And Dewalt are not, beyond criticism. But they've got this right, this grinder. It's proper build quality. And see if you have the proper big batteries. And don't be silly with it. Don't burn the living hell out of your batteries. It'll probably serve you very well. I'll not be as smart if I try the battery in now and it doesn't go. Well, we shall see. You've got to be confident. See, it's a small one was driving in, wasn't it? Oh, there's BW Electric. Another tool holic tuned in. Good to see you on the stream. Another good follower of my streams. Another good guy in the USA tool community. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Forgive me if you're from Canada. We're stupid over here. Sometimes you don't know the difference. I try to discern. But I really consider people from the USA and Canada, though they're different, I hold them in the same regard. I hold them in the same regard. So, what now? Try a battery. Did you ever doubt me? Did you ever doubt me? Another thing that's clever about these Dewalt grinders, if you were watching earlier, you would have seen I greased the head of the Makita one. You would have seen I greased that. But I had to grease that before I put it together. I'm able to put this together. This one's dirty. I was able to put this together. And then remove these 4 screws to grease it. You don't have to take a grinder apart in order to add a wee bit of maintenance grease to it. Another thing, another clever thing to prolong the life of your grinder. Thank you, Kieran Loftus. I would say you're the man. There's grease on there, but I wouldn't say there's a whole lot. So I'm going to just give her another bit of grease there. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Grease the cogs. Kieran Loftus is the man. Kieran has been a good follower of my channel this last few months, and he came up to me, I believe it was the very end of March. He came to visit me all the way from Sligo, and he gave me a whole pair of tools to fix, some which I fixed, some which I haven't. He gave me tools to keep, like that there. I had to fix it, but do whatever. And I can only say that this YouTube experience has been one of the best, because there's a certain type of person that has an interest in tools. Not everybody's perfect, but a lot of the people that like tools around the world are decent. They're decent people that like to work, like to do the right thing. And that's my observation of that. That's it. I would say that's pretty good there for a doctor of the science even. Continuing. The next, what should I talk about now? I've got a few things on the agenda. We talked about the glue gun, we talked about the grinders, we've done them. Talked about the torque set. And there's batteries now. I might not leave this too far away, I'll leave it over here. I'll get the batteries to show you what I'm on about. Oh, right. Here we are. Now this charger, I never tried this charger. This might blow up my battery, but I'm going to try it now. First thing's this charger. Don't know. I'm not sure about that. It seems it's lighting up anyway, so we'll leave it to the one side for now. I'll put out all these batteries till you see them. I'll tell you the story of all these batteries. There was a gentleman contacted me who I knew from way back. He just realised that I had reinvented myself as a battery doctor. That's his initials, PC. But Martin Kelly can agree with me. He's not politically correct. He's not PC. And that's one of the good things about him. So these ones here are all his. And these two here are different. I put these in a bag. For the simple reason I opened one of them the other night. I don't know if you've seen my short video. But one of these was leaking. It was leaking. the cells were bubbling out. And I know which one it is because there was a smell of it. There was a smell of fumes off it. Ah, that's it there. It's the one with the red paint on it. These are something I haven't seen much of. These are a 3 ampere battery. And there's no battery indicator on them. And they're 2011. So it's maybe no shame that the cells were kaput on them. Really bad. Busted cells, that kind of thing. But the circuit boards and all seem very good. So I don't know, I could rebuild them with some of the cells that these belong to me, by the way. I showed you guys a video what was wrong with them and they gave them to me. I'm going to rebuild them, if not tonight, sometime. But what I can do with the rest, I can test the rest. I can test the rest. Only 4 in the chat, I nearly crack on. What I'm going to do is test these batteries. Just putting these away. So we don't put them away. I regret it. Testing these batteries. And I'll need the Milliontronic torque set that I bought a couple of months back off Amazon. It's feeling the strain, but it's holding up. I'm using the T15, T20 and T10. T10 is nearly all batteries are held together with T10 screws. So it's getting quite a battering with me. Anybody else in the stream? Yeah, oh well, we're doing okay. I've been long an advocate of the jump start method of battery repair and have had a lot of success with it over the last year and a half. But it's not always the answer, because in the case of that battery that I had the other night, them other two I showed you in the bag, the cells were pretty bad. We might still do it tonight though. The right way is to bring it up by a power supply, but when you're doing a live stream you haven't time to, with hours for a battery to come up nice and gently. You have to sort of make it happen. Let's see where my multimeter is. I left it on here somewhere. Oh. It's not on there anymore. Nope. Anybody else in the chat? Do you know when you can't see something because it's right in front of your nose? Do you know that feeling? Right, here we go. The terminals are very good in this battery. Show no. Can you see that? It's 9.21 volts. That's half what it should be. Ideally. So we'll pop it out and see if we can find out. Oh, could be a bit of leakage here. Maybe I should put on the gloves. Right, we've been on the stream for nearly an hour, and I think if you're happy enough, I'll stay at it. I'm happy enough. More Sunday, no work tomorrow. I've got nowhere there especially to go. I don't like the way this is sort of stuck. There could be a bit of corrosion or something there. I can see something wrong already. Look at that. Oh, lovely. I can see something wrong already. I'll show you now in a moment. Let me get this out. This might be easier than I thought, this one. as long as there are no bust cells at the bottom of it. The cells don't look visibly at the top in very bad condition, but you can see something wrong already. These are LG cells. This is a 5 amp battery, so they're 2.5. Has Camille away. Right, Camille, thanks for staying for the hour. Thanks for the £2 super chat. It all helps. It all helps. I don't know if you can see the battery box there. I haven't got a light, have I? Light in my drill. See, there's melting on the side of the box. There's nearly a hole through. Oh, see there? That's pretty fascinating. If you look at this. Look at this here. Look at this. See? That's making no contact with that at all. That's not going to help the power of this battery. But anyway. Build these all to the front here, so we have room to work. What you would do now, you can see there's one of the cells disconnected to start with. Sometimes you get an overheat and you get a disconnect here, but that looks alright. But again, the voltmeter. Nice. Nice. We have a bit of what I would call cellular imbalance, but that wouldn't stop the battery from going. You know what I'm going to tell you, lads? That broken connection is all that's wrong with this battery. That's all that's wrong with this battery. And you shouldn't solder in cells, but I'm going to be a rebel tonight and I'm going to do it. It saves me cutting that off and spot welding it. It means that I can solder that on. And keep the original nickel strip, because that's stronger than the nickel strip I use. I might be a better job. So here we go. Anybody else in the chat? Anybody else there? You shouldn't solder in cells. This is a terrible idea. This is the most terrible idea you'll ever see in your adult life. See, because cells can explode. And that's not good. Cells exploding is bad. Okay? Cells exploding is bad. Okay? Explosions are generally not good. Unless for fireworks or something. People like them. But other than that, they're generally a bad thing. Flow onto that. Flux. Here we are. And don't ever do that. That's crazy. That's crazy stuff. There you are, with the light now. There's a light. Anyway. So we'll put that together and see if it's going to go. I've got 9 of these batteries from Mr. PC. And I've got 2 that, again, from that other boy that he so graciously donated to me to dump. He says, dump it for me. Dump them for me. I says, yes, I'll dump them straight into my Doctor Lefthandthread recycling bin, because they are going to become batteries very soon. They're no longer going to be scrap forever. So I'll put this in the charge now and see what happens. That was a good result from that first one. That was just a broken connection. It's always worth having a wee look. If you have a battery not going and it's out of warranty, it's on warranty, just throw it back. No matter if it's something simple, just throw it back. If it's on warranty, get a new battery. But if it's out of warranty, always check first. Always check first, because something simple like that. That was easier in the spot welding, but it's something I don't recommend soldering onto batteries, because, like I say, a lot of them explosions, though I've never had one yet, fingers crossed, do not sound like fun. Anybody else in the chat? So that battery's charging. So I think we have a success on PC number 1. PC number 2. No bars. We'll get a wee voltage check done on it. I never meant to become the battery doctor. In essence, I never chose the battery life, it chose me. VW Electronics. Oh, good man. Good man. Thank you for being in the chat. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for checking in. Dropped one of my screws, but don't worry. We'll get that later. I know this might not be as healthy looking in here. I think it's these purple LG cells. That's not a bad thing. I made a battery one of them a couple of weeks ago. Well, it's good to see VW Electronics. Thank you very much. Thank you and all the other guys in the tool community and all the other guys from my own country that started Kian and Kamil Kornatovsky and Martin Kelly. You're a lot closer to home. Thank you all. And thank you anybody still able to stay here and watch more of this battery madness. But I'm not liking the look of this one as much, because there's a bit of corrosion going on there. If you see the shape of this battery indicator's had a hard life. It's had a hard knock life. There goes the spring. I'll need that later. This one could be toast, you know. This could be a write-off. But a corrosion, that's not uncommon. To be honest, that's not uncommon. That doesn't mean that we can't make it work. Don't know that's spring went. Anyhow, don't know where that spring went. Anyway, it's time to test this battery. We dropped the screw and a spring from that one. But it might be no odds if it's not good. Right, here we are on the voltage, on the DC voltage. Well, that's not good. That's 0.5. I don't know, see if we're getting a good connection. Just might be getting a bad connection there, due to these being so bad, rust wise. No, that is actually good voltage. But a cellular imbalance again. It's problematic when you get a bit of cell imbalance in a battery. Because I don't think the battery always balances, the charger always balances them out then. And I don't know if you would say that Dewalt do this well or badly, because their XR batteries are very basic, and their flexible batteries are very complicated. Those two cells are gone there, anyway, I would say. Their flexible batteries, I would say, are over complex. That's a good cell. That's a good cell. That's a good cell. That's a good cell. That's a bad cell, I think. No, it's a good cell. Good cell. So there's two bad cells in that. Funny, it's nearly always the one on the end that's bad. It's the second one on this bad in this case. That's a 4 amp battery, and that's fortuitous, because I have a whole heap of 4 amp cells that I can use. Because what I did today is I broke down a flexible battery that was beyond its serviceable life, and I recovered 12 good cells from that. So you could probably pop them cells out and put on the 2 new ones. Good man, BW Electronic, you're just across the big pond for me. This, of all the bad things in the internet, the good thing is connecting with people that are decent from around the world. $16.37. But I tried a jump start to see if we could bring them up. It'll save me it'll be a quick way out. It'll be a quick way out. We could try the jump start method just to see if any cells recover. We probably won't. I'll probably have to replace them, but we'll find out fairly quickly. We'll find out fairly quickly. Fairly quickly. That's going to be wise or otherwise. Right. Here goes nothing. See if we get a spark. No, we'll not get a much of a spark because it's not that low. We'll leave that on for a few seconds to see if the voltage improves. So it was 16.37, was it, or something like that? I disconnected to see if it's recovered any. It might have recovered those 2 cells. If it's right, I'm going to show you what's happening here. This is what I found to be a thing that happens when messing around with batteries. When you bring the voltage up, like the way I did there now, sometimes you see that voltage dropping like that there, and that's a bad sign. When cells have passed their serviceable life, that happens a lot. That happens a hell of a lot. If it stops dropping, we might have something. I can put it together and try and charge it to see what happens. It's not dropping fast. slowing down. Right, we could try and charge that one. We could give it a go. Let's see how battery number 1 coming from. Let's see. Battery number 1, you remember? Yeah, would be happy with that. There, Rockstar Rider. Good man, Rockstar Rider. Good to see you. Rockstars from Canada. So it's good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. With 17, we've got over 17 volts. Theoretically, this should charge. This should charge. I don't know where the spring went. Yeah, I've lost the spring along to it. That's went awry. I made a spare springs right now. They're the flexible battery that is dismantled today, but they will do the job possibly. There we are. There's a spring. I'll not put on the screws, I'll just try it on the charge. I'll just try it on the charge. To see what happens. I'm going to have to replace the cells in it. I'm not as lucky with that one. But like I say, I have cells there, so no harm, no foul. I'll just get that one back on the charge. See if we have to take a full charge. There we are. You can see this one hasn't had this one's probably had a rougher life. It's probably been to go longer too, because see the terminals are more corroded looking. It's just generally more corroded looking. It's just generally worse shape inside than the other one was. So we'll get on there. And there's another bit away. These bits don't want to stay with me, do they? I don't need it for a wee while though. This could be a long night, because this is only battery number 2 of a potential 11. This could be a long night. At least I've got one going for you. And I've got 2 grinders going for you, the people that were here earlier. So, no matter what else happens, we'll call this a successful one. What cells did I say were bad? I think it was these ones here. So overall voltage is shit. That's about 17 odd. But it's not right, because some of these are very high. Some of these cells are at full voltage. Some of these cells are at like 4 volts. So you should be bordering 20 volts rather than. It's these 2 other cells here. They busted up and they took a bit of power, but the power's dropping out of them again. They're not going to do much for me then. So we're going to have to pull these 2 out. Get my bad screwdriver. Really damage me good one. I'll pull these 2 cells out and replace them. It shouldn't take that long. Battery repair is not for everyone, I always say. I don't know how it became something that I get into, because I was curious to, I was wondering, I did a lot of pondering before I decided to go down this road. I found out about spot welders, I found out about how dangerous soldering cells was, even though I'd done it here tonight. I got away with it. I don't know, maybe I should replace all that nickel strip. It's all pretty bad there. But I give it a lot of thought. I gave myself a sore head thinking about fixing batteries before I even opened one. I just thought how dangerous it was, and maybe I'm not scared enough now because I've got away with so much over the last year. I don't know. These are fairly well sealed, but I've heard a lot of people saying about battery packs rusting. Maybe it's just something to do with the way batteries are. These again, I don't see them when they're good. Not always. These Dewalt ones would be, I just think they're basically put together sometimes. These XR ones, these are the standard XR. I just don't think they're anything wild. I don't think they're astonishingly good build quality. I don't think it's anything to write home about. But I've seen them all corroded. I've seen Milwaukee corroded. I would say this: if you open a Milwaukee pack, the cells, there's more protection around the cells. The actual casing is made of stronger stuff, but they still corrode inside. And a big criticism that I would have, and I know why there's air holes in the Milwaukee battery to help it to cool, but it does let in water, it's in moisture and causes corrosion. But they all corrode. They all corrode. They all corrode. That's the two supposedly bad cells out now. Let's see what they're at when they're out. That's half a bolt, and that's let's see. That's half a bolt. They're very well balanced. They're terrible. They're well balanced in a terrible way. So what did I do with my flexible battery that I stripped? What did I do with that? It's probably something in front of my nose. Oh, there it is. So it is. Anyhow, what I'm going to do is pull two cells from this. And these cells weren't balanced, as I remember correctly today. I tore this down. I'm just using the casings to hold the good cells. I'm just using that casing. Usually a lot more to a flex volt battery pack than that. I had a bit of a tear down job to do, and you can see that in my channel. I think I'll put it out next weekend. I filmed me tearing that down. It's a longer video than I'd usually put out, but it's hopefully anybody that's interested in batteries might, or interested in what's inside a flex volt, might enjoy it, you know. The lot of these was 3.41 volts, but there's a couple that are 4 volts. And that's what we need, because a lot of them batteries in that pack are 4. These are the 12 cells that I pulled from the flex volt this morning. There was 3 that I had to discard because they were bad. That's what was causing the pack to fail. But I wouldn't advise rebuilding a flex volt battery. It's not something I would take on. There's just too much to it. It's too much of a job. There's a 4. We'll keep that one. That's a high one. 3.38. It'll be a good pack to put these 4 ones on because they're out of balance for the rest. Even though they're high voltage, when I build a battery, it can be more mindful to try and get the cells as near balance as possible. There's only 2 left. It has to be one of these. Yeah, 4.18, that's all. So that was the 2 that was out of kilter from the other 10. And there was another 3 that were bad. So that's how I'm using this other day, taking apart a flex bolt. And you can see that on my channel. 1 week from now, I think. 1 week from now. These are slightly different colour of cells. These ones that are on, they're a purple LG cell. These ones are a blue Samsung cell. They're both rated the same. Not all cells are equal. Not all 2 milliamp cells are equal. This may cause a wee bit of imbalance or something with this pack, but as it goes, it's better than the way it is. And the way things are at the minute, it's hard to get anybody to ship cells to you. So the only way that you could ever recover cells is from a battery pack, or maybe buy a cheaper brand of battery. There's the Parkside batteries, tend to be cheaper, and the cells probably aren't too bad. You could probably do a battery build from them. You can get a 2 amp battery for $17.99 or something, and that's getting you 5 cells for $17.99. And that's cheaper than you'll buy them, even if somebody would ship them to you, which I've highlighted as a problem. So I'm going to have to assemble this now. I don't think I'm going to solder this one this time. I think I'm going to use a spot welder. I think it's probably wiser. I might have to put a new strap on there. I have to restrap the whole thing. Anyway, on we go. This is only battery 2. I say it could be a long night. As long as people are watching, I will stay. I will be here. I know you're all busy, and I'm glad that any of you took the time to check in. Life is generally busy. Myself, I'm busier than a cucumber in a lady's prison at the minute. With my shed and new doctor surgery coming. It's all happening for the Doctor Lefthandthread enterprise. Doctor Lefthandthread Media is having a very busy year. The nickel strip has got unraveled a little bit, but we'll work with it. I still need to order more. The way things are going. Got some 60 volt packs last year for 25 each. Figured If I don't buy tools, if I can still use the rebuild our packs. Yep, yep. I'll tell you what I got one time there recently too. Husqvarna have in recent years branched into outdoor power equipment, battery outdoor power equipment, and I was able to lay my hands on a couple of battery packs that had failed, and Husqvarna gratefully replaced them. So they were basically burners, and what they were was a 36 volt 4 ampere battery, which means what they had in them was these purple cells. These they had 4 of these, or they had 20 of these 2000 milliamp LG cells on them, and I have already used them to rebuild other packs. I've already done that, so they were very, very useful for that. It was like a circuit board failure or something, because the cells were perfect. Every one of them was perfect. Yeah, this will do for a live stream. Job. I think I'll turn down the power of this thing a little bit. The flex volt battery I took apart today was a 6 ampere, and the 6 ampere has 15 of the 2000 milliamp Samsung cells. And if you could recover 10 of them for a flex volt, you can build yourself a 4 ampere battery. If you can get 5 of them, you can build a 2 ampere battery. The best thing to do sometimes, and I've done a lot recently, if you have 5 or 10 matched cells out of the one battery pack and the voltage is all the same and they've been charged and discharged the same amount, it gives you a better balanced pack. I would go with that. I would use that instead of sort of doing what I'm doing tonight and putting different cells on than the ones that were there. They're the same ampere, but they're a different brand, and they've had a different life. They've had a different life in the fact that they've been charged and discharged a different amount of times, you know, so there is that. Alright, thanks Kieran for coming along. Thanks for checking in again. You've been a good man for my channel. It's good to see you, and I will be careful with the cucumbers, especially next time I visit the ladies' prison. Imagine being in ladies' prison. What would they do with me in there? Ladies of a certain age would probably think I was a bit of prime rib. Who knows? Who knows what goes through the mind of a lady? I do enjoy my channel sometimes that, you know, without being sexist, repair and tools would be a male-dominated thing, you know, without saying anything sexist. But occasionally I'll get a lady, it'll be a sister that's doing it for herself, if you know what I mean. She's maybe fixing her own tools or something, or just trying to figure out how to do something. She'll come onto my channel. My channel's very friendly to people that are, what would you say, just learning. Oh, look at that. You see we spark there? That's what you need to watch when you're fixing batteries. That was where we got a nickel strip was crossing two terminals that shouldn't be crossed there. That's why you should never fix a battery in the middle bench. But like I say, my channel is very friendly to people that are learning, because I think because I'm self-taught, I don't expect people to know things, and I maybe sometimes go into far too much detail on my channel than's necessary. But somebody who's a novice, it does help them. It does help them fix their own stuff. And I have to say, they do appreciate it. You get those comments that you can tell somebody's got that sense of joy that they fixed their own thing. You can tell that somebody's got a little buzz, a wee dopamine hit or whatever. You need a brain doctor. I'm the wrong time doctor to tell you that, but they get some kind of sense of satisfaction from fixing their own stuff. Right. So where were we? We need nickel strip. Couple of bits of nickel strip and just tack it on. And we should have battery number 2 back in the game, I hope. There's still people watching, so on we go. If that counter goes down to 0, I'm going to wrap it up, but until that happens, I'm here. So here we are, battery number 2. She switched herself off. I do need to get myself a more upgraded spot welder shortly, but it's just one thing at a time, you know, because it's a big year for Doctor Lefthandthread Media, because I have a lot of irons in the fire this year. Every purchase has to be scrutinised, because that's rusty. I may have to solder that on there, but I know we'll see. That's rusty, it's not making a good connection. That's doing alright there. Needs a better connection there. That's just my Venlab that beeping was just my Venlab, what do you call it, multimeter shutting down, because if you leave it switched on it's going to auto shut down, which is a good feature. And if you want to see more about that, I have a video on the channel with a Venlab on it. The good people at Venlab sent me one of them, and I did a review on it for them, and I got a free multimeter. I better hit that up. Sorry guys, it's late at night. I'm just sort of, my concentration is suffering. There are 3 left on the chat. Anybody that's on the chat, give the stream a like, please. It helps my channel. If that goes down to 0, I'm going to wrap her up. But I've plenty of batteries to fix here, so I'm going to keep going. So here we are. And I don't advise soldering battery cells because it's dangerous. It's dangerous. I don't advise doing what I'm doing here, but it's just for the stream. It's just in the interests of speed. You're pretty learning to fix things so you can't afford to buy new. Yeah. Aye. Well, I didn't grow up with very much, I'll tell you that. I'm not going to tell you any sad stories. I don't want any putty parties or violin shows. That's not the type of show I'm running here. But growing up with less gives you a certain resilience that you may not have had you grown up with more. So it's something to be proud of rather than to be ashamed of. If you can survive hard times, they're not so bad if they come round again. Hard times are not that hard if you're harder than them. The soldering iron did a lot of work today. Hard times come again no more. Right, let's see what our voltmeter says now. Has that improved the overall picture? Oh, good man. Thanks for smashing a like there. And thanks for anybody that stayed the pace, because this has been a long stream. This is going to be my longest stream. 20.60 volts. That's pretty good. Like I say, I don't know how I became a battery doctor, but I'm not being arrogant. And I don't know everything. But to fix a basic battery, like a Dewalt, that is my wheelhouse. That is where I live. That's where I call home. We've no battery, we've no functional battery indicator in this one to give us any idea where the charge would be at a later date, but it's 20.60 volts, so that's pretty decent. The other first pack that I fixed with the bad connection will probably never achieve that because it probably hasn't the right balance. I lost a wee bit at the front of that, but I'll deal with that in my own time. This liner in there somewhere, I'll get it when I'm tidying up later on. So I'll put this together. I'll see if it'll run anything. I lost a screw out of it. It should run this little impact driver. So I'm calling that fixed as well. So that's battery number 2. I'll take battery number 1 back up here and just check the voltage out just to see how much of a charge it did take. I'm not expecting it to be much over 19 volts because it had cellular imbalance. It had cellular imbalance. Anybody else in the chat? How many have we got on now? Oh, we're still a few on. Any less than none, I'm away. But I'm not going yet. Right, see that there? That's what I'm talking about. See if you have cell imbalance, you'll never achieve full voltage. That's only achieving 18.8. And if you know what we know with batteries, or most people might know, a battery is supposed to be over 20 volts, an 18 volt battery in this country, or a 20 volt battery in America and Canada. That's only going to charge to 2 bars because you have cellular imbalance. That's all the fire it wants. But it's better than nothing. So battery number 3 is a nice little 5 amp. So let's get rocking with that. This is definitely going to be a longer stream, but it was intended to be a longer stream because it might be a while before I get the opportunity again because of all that's happening with Doctor Lefthandthread Enterprises at the minute. I'm getting a new workspace assembled. The frame apparently is away to the galvanizers. The guy that's building it for me told me. And I'll try and tell you as much about that as it happens on my channel. If you tune in, I'll be making videos on that. And the guy maybe will be a wee bit camera shy. The guy that's building me the workspace or the surgery or the shed or whatever you want to call it. He might be a bit camera shy, but I might advertise his company for him. Not for any monetary gain, just because why not? He does a good job for me. He deserves to be acknowledged elsewhere. This battery looks in better shape than the last one. So I'm going to have a look here to see what way we are. Oh, there's still people watching. Good, good, good. Thank you very, very much. The terminals seem very good in this. Showing no bars, of course. 13.93 volts. That's not awesome. But anyway, we will see what we can do. I'm looking for bad connections again, but I don't see any. I don't see any bad connections. So it'll just be voltage check. Looking so far so good. These two end ones. Yep. No, what's that? There's one bad cell. There's one bad cell. I don't know if I have a cell for that. There's one bad cell. I might have a cell for it. I might have a cell for that. Pump the brakes. I'm just going to go up. Let's see. I wonder, is that good? Is that a good sale? That's right. Yep, it's a good sale. I have a good sale. So again, cell replacement, but I can't understand why the whole voltage of that pack's so low. But anyway, yeah, it's just that cell. Gonna have to get that popped out then. There's different things wrong with all these batteries. Still people watching, thank you. Yeah, it's this one here. There's a bad connection there, not that. Not that, that could be the problem. I'm going to test that cell again, because I was going to the edge of the cell. We could just have a bad connection again. No. That's why it's sitting there. No, it's still not showing any wild voltage. It's going to have to go. It's going to have to go, that one. That's a shame. That would have been easy. Here. Could take it down that way, I suppose. I should have done the 10-minute challenge in this one instead of that grinder. It might have been successful. Don't know about soldering this one. That's We'll solder this one. There's too much of a risk with soldering that, I think. Maybe I'll try it. If I blow up, you know what it died from. It'll be live. What's the weather from you yesterday? The guy was having trouble with 36 Fred. He opened up the battery and reset it. How do you reset it? Did he jump start it, or what did they do? VW Electrical, did he use that jump method? Connecting another battery to it, or what did he do? The risk of soldering cells, if you solder that, that's the positive end there, that bit that's raised up. And if you burn a bit of the insulation off that and connect the two together, you could blow up the cell. That's the risk. That's the risk with soldering onto cells. They say about putting too much heat into them as well, but I don't know. I don't know. The solder runs, you see. That's a problem. The solder runs. You get it to run well enough. At the minute. Made it on up there. That's messy looking. No, it's not connecting. It's not connecting now. It doesn't want to work. It does not want to work. Well, I'll just put a bit of railway pack self-discharge. I'm going to tell you one now about self-discharging. I sell new batteries for my day job, and I find that new Makita batteries especially, all batteries discharge lose a bit of power over time if they're even lying in storage and they're not being used. They all discharge a little bit. But Makita ones seem to drop the charge more so than Dewalt, I would notice. They lose the charge in storage. So if they lie about in one bar on them for too long, the voltage can drop so low that they need jump started. Need the power, or even a power supply or something to bring the power up a bit for the charger to recognise them. I'm going to just do a different thing here now. I'm going to do the spot welder instead on that side. Anyway, we get that later. I think everything's self-discharges. I think some of these sophisticated ones would do it more so than anything, because correct me if I'm wrong, it might be to maintain balance and storage, I don't know. If they lay around too much, they can be drained below their chargeable voltage. And then if you're not trained in the ways of BW Electrical or Doctor Lefthandthread, you wouldn't understand if a battery is below its chargeable voltage, what you do to get them going. Because not everybody's in this, we'll not call it a privileged position, but the position we are in knowing what you do. If your battery's drained beyond the point of charging with its own charger, most people don't know there's any options. I suppose that's why people watch my battery videos. My battery videos are more popular than any other videos, even though I fix a lot of other stuff. Probably can't hear me. Right, let's see. Anybody else in the chat? Anybody still watching? There's a couple on there. If anybody's there, I'm going to stay. Let's see. This is going to be my longest stream in my career. That's just the way it's going to be. I'm never going to do one as long again. What's the record for the longest stream on YouTube? I need to find that out to see if it'd be a contender. I don't have anywhere else to go. As long as you want to watch, I'm here. Look, one bar. And that's without even properly connecting these other ones. I wonder what solder work on that side. That's the negative side. There's no danger of cross connection while you're running solder on that side. So I'm going to just chance it. I'm going to take the risk. No. More heat. Need a bit more heat. The battery's getting low. That's for sure. But I have another battery. You can charge this one. Get the low melt solder. I don't know why I'm using that other stuff. It's better for heavier stuff. Get the low melt. Get right in there. See a little spark? Just happens you cross connections there. A new battery in this. It's getting low. Battery's getting low. We disconnected, and that'll be battery number 3. There hasn't really been a battery fail tonight so far. This is the battery show tonight. Welcome to the battery show. I'm your host, Doctor Lefthandthread. A man who should be in bed but will not go to bed as long as there's jobs to do. So that low melt stuck a bit better. Yeah. I don't advise soldering multi-cells. I've said that a few times tonight. I still don't advise it. I've 2 bars now, so that was worth doing. So Turn off the spot welder. Save the battery. Yeah. Nobody else in the chat? Nobody else want to say anything? Want to ask any questions? Or anything else? I better put the spring in. That's been 2 hours in stream now, so that definitely is my record stream performance. And anybody comes on there, don't forget to give me a like. It'll help my channel. It'll help me help people that need things fixed. I'm coming up with new fixes. I'm getting different things every week to fix that I've never fixed before. And it'll help somebody out there, so there is a bit of something to my channel, if I do say so myself. Straight in. No joking. There we are. Right, time for the test. That's battery number 3. Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Taking that screw a wee bit. There we are. That's it. So that's battery number 3. Anybody still there? Yeah. 3. So we'll try battery number 3 in the charge. See what happens. It's charging. We'll try this little fellow then. This is a 2 ampere XR battery. So here we go. So some people are still watching, so let's keep going. There's never going to be a stream like this in the history of streams where somebody goes and fixes 11 batteries. It's never going to happen in history again. So you're witnessing history this evening, or this afternoon if you're in Canada or America. One, two, three, 4 screws. With 3 people on the chat. Have we? Oh, sticky. I don't like sticky. Sticky batteries are usually a bad sign. But anyway, we'll test the voltage. I'm getting ahead of myself. If I test the voltage of this, oh, lovely. We have 2.23 of a volt. So it's good. 2.23 volts, should I say. 2.23 volts on this lovely little pack. But I know man is all by the cells. I was stuck to the bottom. I was just, sometimes I was afraid that it's corrosion sticking it to the bottom. That was actually glue. This pack to the naked eye looks in good condition, but it's obviously not when it's only 2 volts. 2 volts is not a lot of volts. Let's check each individual cell to see where we're at. 0.8 of a volt. And they're all small voltage. They're all less than a volt. And they all add up to 2 volts. It could be time for a jump start. Could be time for a jump start. If you watch my channel, you've seen me do this before. Plus to plus, minus to minus. See the spark? That's because this is low voltage. This will be drawing a lot of power from the solar battery. So you will get a spark, but don't be alarmed. I don't know if this is as dangerous as people say it is. There's something that can happen to a battery cell called, hi, how you doing, sir? Good to see you on this chat. There's something can happen to a battery cell called thermal runaway, and the battery starts getting warmer and warmer till it explodes. Thankfully, I've never experienced that, but another YouTuber who was working with batteries, he's a very experienced technician, but he is not the battery doctor like me. Without being rude to him, he's not in the same league with batteries as I am, and he mentioned thermal runaway. I think he probably mentioned it because if things go wrong with the battery, it's bad. It's not common that it'll happen, but if it does go wrong, it goes wrong in big style. Lithium-ion has had its problems. We've got that up to over 16 volts. There is a wee bit of a drop-off happening there. I could try and bring it up higher to see if it'll take a charge. The cells might be beyond the limits of their serviceable life. You really would need to get it up higher to get it to charge. And 16, I think. I think it's about 17 and a half. Get up to 17 and a half. You're not bad. No spark this time because the voltage is equalized a little bit. Hey sir, good to see you on the stream. I'm glad you could check in with me. I've been watching your streams, as you know, and there's a good community of guys out there who watch each other's streams. We support each other and we're good to each other, and it's probably kept me in YouTube, to be honest. It's probably one of the things that's kept me doing what I'm doing, week in, week out, producing videos, which I have so many in the pipeline. I've got 2 coming out tomorrow. I've got shorts every evening as well. I don't even count the shorts, they're going out every night. I have at least 1 short every night. There's another 2 next week. One of them's going to be a flex volt battery teardown. Oh, well, sir, that's a very good point you're making there about damaging your good battery, because I've done it. I have a battery that I've fried about 4 times, but what I do is, like an old friend now, I keep fixing it. Anybody who's been watching all my streams would see that I've been fixing the same battery. I've fried it about 4 times, jump starting batteries. Never fried this one. I'm going to try this in the charge. I don't think it's going to go, but one can but try. It could surprise me. Jump starting batteries is not always ideal. I think if you go to jump start batteries, you should at least take the battery apart and have a look at it first to see if you burst cells. If you burst cells and whatnot, there's no point. It is charging. Well, ain't that good? So that's 4 for 4 so far in these batteries. Doctor Lefthandthread surgery has been a very healthy surgery tonight. So far. That's 4 for 4. I have not failed this evening yet with these batteries. Every battery I have been faced with has gone. I haven't failed to fix anything this evening. I should have done the lottery this weekend because this is definitely my lucky night. 2 grinders, 4 batteries so far. I'll leave that on to charge. I can charge away there. Ooh, no, that's a knockoff. We'll stay away from the knockoff. They're getting meaner looking as we're going through these batteries. This is not by design. There's only 2 screws in that battery. But we'll try it. Somebody's been here before, maybe. Was he a doctor of batteries though? What university of battery doctorate had he went to? The boy that removed those 2 screws. Who knows? Who knows? I want to try a solar charger from Multimeter solar 2 panels. You would know that more about that than me. I do not know anything about solar. There's no spring in that battery, but I think I've got a spare spring. So all is not yet lost. But the way energy is nowadays, solar is bound to be the way forward. That battery's got 10 volts. For an 18 volt battery, which we all know, you guys in Canada and America, you know it's a 20 volt battery really. We're just too humble over here. We underestimate ourselves and our batteries. 10 volts is not a high amount for a 20 volt battery, essentially. I'm starting to stop. I'm underestimating myself. I'm getting a bit of confidence from this. Especially when this is battery number 5. That's 10 volts. In the words of Bon Jovi, at 10 volts, we're halfway there. We're halfway there. We're living on a prayer. Lovely. Right. Let's do the individual cells now, gentlemen. Have we money on the stream? Oh, good for you in the stream. This is going to be the best stream that I've ever done in the career that I've had as a battery doctor of the scientific doctor field. The channel's going well, I would say, thanks to you guys, because all them cells are looking good. There's a connection problem somewhere. Where's the connection problem? Where are you? Something funny about that cell, it's a wee bit exposed there or something. I know. Now, thanks to you guys for the support. There's only 10 volts coming through there. There's only 10 volts coming through each end of that pack. So let's roll. Again, did I test them properly? Seems like a bad connection. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Look at that, a bad connection. Oh, that. That's not connecting properly there. That's your problem there. I wonder could I put a wee drop of solder in that. I don't like, I've told people for months and months and months and months and months. I've only started battery repair about a year ago. And I've told people so long, don't solder cells. Don't solder cells. But I'm going to solder this one. The danger with soldering cells I mentioned before is if it runs and connects the positive and the negative elements of the cell to each other, you could have an explosion. And we don't want that. Doctor Lefthandthread's manner tonight. Doctor Lefthandthread manner does not need that sort of drama. You like to spend money on eBay? I think eBay would be a better business if I was spending money on eBay buying spot welders and all this wacky shit I buy. It's fucking serious. If you're an alcoholic, you'd go to AA, but where do you go when you're an eBay alcoholic? Where do you go for that? Is there any place for that, is there? This is serious business. It's not connecting there. It's not made the connection. Oh, that's made a connection. In the wrong fucking place. Pardon my language. I try to keep it PG in my stream usually, but I screwed up there, man. There's a wee bit of cross connection there. I don't like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this off without blowing myself up, hopefully. And I'm going to spot weld a new strip on. Because I think that's probably safer than what I'm doing at the moment. Where's my pliers? I'm in the stream now. 4 or 5. Cool enough. As long as you're people in the stream, I'll be here. And we're in battery number 5 of 11. Is it? Or 9? No, it's 9. Because I don't think I'm going to fix them other two because they have burst cells in them. There'll be nobody on from earlier on, but there was 2 earlier on. I was showing the folks at home. And the cells are bubbling out and oozing, so we don't want them. I'll pick that up later. So that's knocked off now, so it's just a matter of spot welding something back onto that now. That will be much easier than I was trying to do there. Again, a little bit of stuff to insulate those terminals. because I want to be safe. I want to be safe. This has been the longest stream I've ever done, and I am happy with that. I've gone well over the 2 hour mark now. I knew it was going to be an epic. That's why I wrote in the pinned comments. Epic stream. I didn't know it was going to fix everything that came my way. Oh, hi. I think I don't have any kids, but if you ever have any kids and you don't want them to be drug addicts, get them addicted to tools and they'll never have any money to spend on drugs. So that's a good tip for you. That's a life tip for you from Doctor Lefthandthread. There we are. Spot that on then solder it to for good measure. That's lovely. Oh, that's too beautiful. That is too beautiful. About a year and 2 months ago, I had never opened the battery. Now I am the battery doctor. The self-proclaimed battery doctor. Still no good. There still must be some other connection problem there. Still 10 volts. Look at 2 cocky there, that's what I did. Some other connection problem somewhere. That's connected. Because I connected it. Nope. I don't know. And it's not the circuit board because even bypassing the circuit board, still. That's connected enough. There's some of the spot weld bad in that one, but I don't think it's bad enough. That's. Why can I not see it? Why can I not see the connection problem? We have to put an X in that and then move on. What? Let's see. Couldn't be that. That's got me stumped a little bit. I'm connecting perfectly. That's connected perfectly. There's something I can't see going on there. I put a bit of solder in that, but I don't think that's the reason. Let's see. No, 10.61. I'll check all the cells again in case I had a bit of a dopey moment. Yep. Them cells are all phenomenally good. This could be the one that beats the doctor tonight. This could be the patient that I lose. Where is the connection issue? Was that one and I found it? Was that one and I found it? So where was the other connection issue? You can't figure that one out right now. So I'm going to put it together, put it to one side as one for intensive care, watch overnight. That's weird because everything looks good in that one. Everything looks right. Everything looks right in that one. That's what I get for being cocky. Something with that there. That doesn't look right. That nearly went in my eye, but it didn't. There's still people watching. Thank you guys for hanging on for me. There's some connection problem there. That is troubling. Where would it be? Where would it be? It's not anywhere there. Well, another problem for another day, that one. So we can move on to the next battery. There's always another battery in the battery surgery. There we are. So I'm sitting at 4 out of 5 in the battery survival. 4 out of 5 so far. Haven't given up on that battery just yet, but it might take more time than I'm willing to spend on one battery tonight. It'll take more time than I'm willing to spend on a battery this evening. I don't know where the screws are, but they show up. So we'll put that to one side as the not fixed one. Which of these? They're getting worse as they go along. It wasn't even planned that way, that the batteries would get worse. Should I go for the knockoff? I'll go for the knockoff. Thanks, Sarah. Thank you very much for that. As long as there are people watching, I'm going to stay on. I might be crazy, but who cares? I'm going to Dr. Battery. I have become Dr. Battery somehow. This is a knockoff turbo. I've seen Van on ones. This is fucking shit. I've seen Van on ones quite recently that I was not that impressed by. And there's a very on the Vanon batteries. That's out there already. I've already made that video and uploaded it, and it's already been uploaded. Look at this. The casing all is broken, everything. At least there's a spring in it. Lovely. The tops and butts. Look at that. Lovely. Lovely. Right. What have we got here? We've got a turbo. Not a turbo, a turbo. Yeah. I don't know much about the turbo, people of turbo. Yeah, look at that. Oh yeah. One of those again. This is the same as the Vanon one. The very same. And I'm going to show you what's wrong with this one. Look, the cells even say Vanon on them. Look at that. The cells say Vanon. My God. But, you see the way it says 6 ampere? This ain't the 6 ampere. There's 2.5 ampere cells in this, so 10 of them add up to 5 ampere. So that's a lie. The people of turbo cannot be trusted. They are liars. Also, another reason why the people of turbo cannot be trusted. Do you see the markings in the bottom of that battery cells? That's been caused. This is the same as the Vanon. There's sharp edges on there. Sharp edges on there. And that's causing rubbing in the cell. So that's the way over time. If you were using that on a, let's say you're using it an impact driver, impact wrench, SDS, it's going to vibrate like hell. It's going to burst the cells. That's bad. That's bad. And you see, well, I use light strip on my battery bulbs, but for a battery manufacturer to use strip that light, and the spot welds are nothing I'd be proud of. I wouldn't be proud of those spot welds. That's nothing to write home about there. Not excited by turbos. Oh, I see what's wrong there though. You see the terminal's bent as well. See the terminal's bent. I would say that's probably what's wrong with it. The terminal's not good in these. Terminals are bent. I'll straighten them a little bit. I'm going to have to stick that's probably got bent because that's moving around. That should be fixed there a bit better. Probably going to have to stick that on. I'm willing to bet probably that the cells in this battery are okay. No. No. That's bad. .74 of a volt. 0.74 of a volt. I could jumpstart that and try it. So before I put it together in good conscience, I would have to do something to stop the bottom rubbing. And I'd probably have to fix the casing as well. I'll try and do that. I'm running out of batteries to fix anyway, so I've nothing else to lose. We'll go for the jump start to begin with. See if that works. Still got 3 bars. This battery's holding up well. The good people of turbo as well. Thank you very much, Tales of Souls. Try a hammer. The good people of turbo use red on their positive and red on their negative. Because they know when I open the battery, I know the difference. They just know me. The people of good people of turbo batteries. That's exactly the same as the Vanon. And the cells even say Vanon on them, so what do you see this for, Spark? Yeah? Everything dark for a wee minute there. Oh, thanks, Stills for Souls. Thanks for saying hello. Actually melted the terminal a little bit. Lovely. This battery is extremely low, you'll get that. If you have a battery that's full power and a battery that's low power, you can get sparks. And you also can get melting wires as well if you're using finer wires. That's good. That's about the only thing that has been good in the life of this turbo. Let's see what we'll get for voltage now. The voltage probably raised and probably dropped again. Let's see. We're getting 13 volts now, which was a lot better than it was, but it's dropping like hell. I just think this turbo is not worth the effort. The people of Turbo have let me down once again, along with the people of Vanon. One of the little M12 batteries was hustling there. I just took it off. That's got a generic circuit board on, so you wouldn't know what was happening there. Maybe it's overcharging. I'll keep that spring out, I think, because I'll use it for that other battery. If I ever figure out how to fix it, spare time. I would say it's time for the turbo to go to battery heaven. He lived a hard life. He masqueraded at 6 ampere when he was only 5. He tried his best. He was trying to work with the cells he was given. However, this world has not been kind to the turbo, and Doctor Lefthandthread is pronouncing him dead. He died at 0038 hours in County Tyrone, and that makes me feel sad. But anyhow, next battery, moving on to brighter things, you hope. There's a bit of a furry line in this one. That's going to help it. And it's a 4 ampere and the battery indicator is non-existent. But I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. So we have four good, 2 bad. 4 good, 2 bad, and 3 undiscovered. That's right. When I get that bag of batteries the other day, I did not expect to get 4 of them good. To be able to get 4 of them up and running so easily. Trans ampere. Well, I'm identifying as a doctor, so an asexual doctor who only screws around with batteries. I swear Mrs. Lefthandthread's getting neglected tonight. I don't use any kind of cells that you can find. I saw a very interesting video about a Vanon battery that somebody had been sent to do a review on. And Vanon knew they were sending it to do a review on, So what they done is they went and got some nice Samsung cells and just stuck them into this Vanon battery and shipped it out. This man done about a nice spot welding for a change, and he did a good review on it. But then his comment section was bombing out with people saying, "No, I opened my Vanon battery. That ain't what's in my Vanon battery." Vanon or Turpo cannot be trusted. Oh, this. Oh, there's a problem here. Can you tell what's wrong? Everything's stuck to everything as well, which is not helpful. Top's broke, and the circuit board's stuck to the top. That's not good. I did save the worst for last. How can I get that alleviated? Somebody's been gluing here. That is the nature of the problem. Someone's been gluing. The Vanon batteries are sometimes saying 6 ampere and they're 4 ampere. Sometimes they're saying they're 6 ampere and they're 5 ampere. So the Vanon batteries are identifying as a different voltage. They're, you know, they're those people. They're those guys. Somebody thought it was a fantastic idea to stick the circuit board to the top. I don't think that was a great idea. I think that's suboptimal at best. I'm not going to get that off. This is not this is not what I dreamed of when I opened this battery. I suppose I could test it anyway. See what the voltage is. Oh. The cells and the circuit board are perfect. But somebody has glued this on and they've glued the circuit board to the bad top. So what I need to do is get the bad top off it somehow. And I'll put a top off one of these other wacky batteries onto. You can just put that into one side, but that pack's perfect. That pack is perfect. It's a perfect 4 ampere pack. Except somebody's broke the top and glued the circuit board to the top, which is not great. Look at this. I didn't even know what's inside that. It's showing 1 bar as well. That pack's probably good as well. But it's all glued. Somebody's glued it all together. So I'm going to have to get the soft empty. The empty is good, but they're bad. 4 good, 4 bad. The good, the bad, and the ugly. You can see there's an obvious problem here, no? As well as there be no top. We can test the voltage on it and see what's going down. Oh, lovely. We're going to get a connection there to test the voltage. No, can't. Can't get a connection. So this connection's broke. and this connection's broke. This connection's broke. So here we go. The only thing we can do is to get out and test the individual cells to see if we have anything. This is a 5 amp as well. Oh, didn't want to do that. Did you see that? There was a bit of a cross connection there. We don't want to do that. This is going for a 2 hour and 46 minute stream. We'll push it to 3 hours, won't we? Oh, battery. That's what we need, a woke battery. The cells are terrible. The cells are terrible. They are terrible and all the connections are broken. And there's no top. There's 2 good cells in that. The connections are all broke. And there's no top. May he rest in peace. May all who loved him find comfort somewhere else. So, out of 9, we've got 4 saved tonight. And there's 1 we might still be able to fix. There's 1 there's still hope for. But I couldn't find where the connection was broke. Like I said, because all the cells were good. But somehow, it was only putting out 10 volts. It wasn't the circuit board because it wasn't even testing it through the circuit board. So where are we now? We've got, right. We've got all the batteries off that and we're going to look at this evening. But I'm here and I might as well do a 3 hour stream. What else was I going to talk to you about? Yep. Oh yeah. Thank you very much for supporting my channel, all you people that watch tonight and everything. And I wanted to talk to you about this as well. I'm not going to advertise it because I didn't want to put paid promotion on my stream tonight. I just didn't bother. But I've done a video with this and it should be out. When's that out? Is that out tomorrow? This is a keyring, a retractable keyring and card holder. It's been sent to me from Milliontronic. They contacted me. I'm going to show you these 2 items. These are the 2 items that I've been sent. I've sent this the other day. I've sent this a couple of months ago to do reviews on. So the channel's going well and it's thanks to you guys. People are sending me stuff, emailing me, sending me stuff to review. I'm not getting any money, but at least I'm getting something. I'm getting some kind of recognition so far, and thank you very much for that. This is the retractable keyring that I was sent the other day. I've done a good video, what I consider good for me. You know, that's yeah. So there is that. And if you didn't check it out yet, this is the little battery that I built. I got the casing, the 3 components of the casing, the circuit board from Asia, and I used 3 LG cells that I pulled from a Husqvarna battery. 3 18650 cells that I pulled from a Husqvarna battery. So you can check that video out. Also, I did a video featuring a new flex volt battery, a new 6 amp. And the hook of the video was basically how long it would run an XR strimmer. I've got a DCM561 XR strimmer. And last year I did a video on it with this battery. And this battery's, I think it was purchased in 2016, that battery is date code 2016. And I haven't overused it. It hasn't been overused, but it still was a few years old. and it ran. I put the strimmer in high speed and held the trigger on until the battery stopped delivering power, and that did over 11 minutes doing that 5 amp XR, and it was warm when I took it off. But this year I've done a brand new FlexFold 6 amp, and it ran it for twice that. But if you want to see the video coming out tomorrow. And is anybody else in the stream or anybody want to say anything? Oh, there's only a couple left. Well, thank you very much for tuning in this evening, and thanks for everything. You've hung in well with me. I didn't quite do the 3 hours. I'm 9 minutes short of the 3 hours. So don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And check out my channel. I have plenty more videos, new videos every week. I usually put out at least one long form video every Sunday, and I put out shorts every night. So please. So good night. God bless. If you don't believe in God, somebody else will bless you. If you're woke, I don't care. I have other things to worry about. And I'll inform you all in the new workspace that have come in very soon. It's coming in the next couple of weeks. And I'll have to get it out. It'll be a series of videos on its own. I had to break the Doctor Lefthandthread piggy bank to get it going. But at least it's going. Thank you very much, DW Electronics. I'm surprised that I could learn you anything. You could probably learn me a lot. I would hope to catch up with you guys maybe in the future. Hopefully on a live stream when I get a bit more sophisticated. Because I think it's a good community we have here and people support each other. And I'm glad to be even considered among you guys. I think I bring something to the table and I'm glad you appreciate it. It was a very entertaining stream. It had a lot of good results and a lot of good repairs. A lot went right in this stream. I didn't think when I got that bag of batteries I'd be able to produce anything out of it. But I've got 4 functional batteries now, where I had none a couple of years ago. And I have 1 maybe I can possibly get going. Maybe 3 if I can chisel the glue off them. Maybe 3, but that'll knock off. Don't buy them Dewalt knockoffs; they're pigs. And don't buy Makita knockoff batteries either, because I've heard of a guy had a couple went on fire, and I think it was for the very same reason I pointed out it. The cell's been damaged. And thanks for all who hung on. Thanks for anybody who watched. Thanks for anybody who likes my wacky channel, and thanks for everybody. And I'm going to bid you all good night now and end the stream. We didn't make the 3 hours, but we've done 2 hours 54. That's going to be the longest stream I'm ever going to do. Good night.